Hello. Happy Friday Eve, I guess. I am back with another live video, and what we're going to be talking about today. Oh, goodness. Okay. Sorry about that. What, what we're going to be talking about today is home inspections. And the reason we're going to be talking about home inspections is because I just went under contract. So, yay! Good for that. But now is the home inspection period. And what that looks like, a lot of people sometimes want to skip this step or they don't realize how much this step will save them money in the future. And I see a lot of people want to skip this step on new construction homes. Just because it's new does not mean that everything with it is correct. So once the home is completely built and it's ready for an inspection, I would recommend that you get an inspection, and here's why. So the inspection is going to, so there's two types. You can get just the 4-point limit inspection, which will just test the roof. The roof. It will reveal if there's anything wrong with the plumbing, if you plumbing issues in the house. It will also check the AC, and it will make sure this is the inspection that you will need if you are getting a loan on your home and you're going to need insurance on the home. That's a requirement. So, realtors out there, if your clients are getting home inspections, do not send the full inspection report to the lender. I want you to stop doing that. Okay, the lenders do not want the full inspection report. They actually only need the 4-point and the limit if they ask for anything at all. And that's really for your insurance. The insurance companies need the 4-point and the limit to give you insurance on the home. They do not need the full inspection report. Okay, and so how does a home inspection save you thousands of dollars? Okay, so I saw something in the group posted in the real estate group that I'm in, and the home revealed that there was something wrong with the electrical panel. Like it just simply was not working, and they asked what they should do. So, of course, my opinion, I like to give my opinion, y'all, my opinion. I suggested that they give the buyer all the details and let the buyers make an educated decision, but that they give them as much information as possible. If the electrical panel is not working, then that is the source of a lot of things in your home. So, how can you properly test everything else in the home was my biggest concern and my biggest question. So, to move forward on a home like that, and there's already problems with the electrical panel, you may be spending a lot of money in the future. So while the home may look good and look pretty and look nice, there may be some underlying things going on that you will not know unless you actually get an inspection done. So you want to hire a licensed professional, someone that is good at what they do. They don't just have a license and they don't know what they're doing, because we know a lot of people, they just take a test and pass it, and that don't mean they know what they're doing. So you want someone that knows what they're doing, that has experience, that is thorough, right? Because what happens when you purchase this home, it's one of the biggest purchases of your life, right? And you want to make sure it's right. You want to make sure that you're not walking into a money pit, okay? Something that you're going to be spending a whole lot of money on, and it could have been avoided had you got an inspection done up front. The inspections, they will also test the plumbing of the home. What will they do? They will come in, they will run the water. I've seen them do it for as long as they're there, to test for leaks and anything of that nature. They actually flush the toilets. They should be letting the windows up and down in the home. They should also be plugging in a device into all of the electrical outlets to make sure that they work, to make sure that the outlets that are in the home are up to code. And they will also test the washer and dryer if there's one available in the home. So they will run the machine. Um, to make sure it goes its full course. If there's a dishwasher in the home, they will run that as well. They will test if the refrigerator is going to remain in the home and the freezer, they will also test the temperature of those to make sure that that is correct. And if you go as far as getting an inspection that tests for termites, you will have that tested as well. They should be opening and closing all the doors of the home. If you have a pool, the inspector should be doing all those things as well. And that is when you pay for a full inspection. If you don't pay for a full inspection, it may not be as in depth. And that's totally fine. That's up to you, whatever you want to do. I always recommend getting a full inspection. Like I said, it's one of the biggest purchases of your life that you're going to make. So you kind of want to know, you want to test it out, right? You want to make sure that everything is correct with it. It's like, well, nothing is like making the biggest purchase of your house, of your life is a house. However, when you go to buy a car, you test drive the car, even though it's not a full inspection, but you're looking at it, you're making sure everything is okay. Even though it may be brand new, there still may be some underlying issues with it. So you test drive it. Even women, when we go into the stores, or for those of us that still, shop in the stores, we try on those dresses, we try on those shoes, because we want to make sure that it's the right fit. So when it comes to purchasing your home, you should not be taking shortcuts. You should not be cutting corners, right? So some people say, well, it's an as-is contract, so the home inspection doesn't matter. That is so not true. That is so not true. You have an inspection period. You want to get the home inspection to even make sure that this is something you want to follow through with. And if there's something that is wrong, there are sellers that are willing to compromise and to, make repairs or give you credits, because it's detrimental to the selling of their home. Because what happens now, if I send you proof that there is something wrong with your home, let's say the AC is not working, or it didn't pass inspection for the roof, or something of that nature, and we don't go through with the deal, as the seller, you are now required, and the seller's agent, you guys are now required to disclose that information to any potential buyer, because and any information that you have that could affect the sale of that home, you are now required to tell that to future buyers. So what does that mean? Most sellers will just go ahead, get it fixed, or give you a credit, so that they don't have to put the house back on the market, and so that, it doesn't look like something's wrong with the home, because now you should be disclosing information that you found out with the home. Okay, so for sellers, if you are not willing to make necessary what buyers deem as necessary, I'm not talking about cosmetic issues. I'm not talking about, oh, we want the house painted blue and the walls are red. Like, I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about things that will cause an inspection to fail, where the buyers possibly would not be able to get insurance on their home. You should be willing to fix those things as a seller, or give them a credit, so that everyone can move forward. Because at the end of the day, if it's something that's causing the inspection to fail, if it's causing the buyer to not be able to get insurance, then you're more than likely going to be moving more towards a cash buyer, or maybe a different type of special financing where insurance is not required. So in the long run, sellers, I would encourage you to, work with the buyers. At the end of the day, you want your home sold. Someone wants to purchase your home. So I'm pretty sure there's somewhere where we can meet in the middle, have a happy medium, and get the home sold. That is the goal, for you to sell your home and move on with your life, and for someone to purchase your home and, begin their new life in this home that they went under contract for and that they so love. Now, I've had an inspection where the home wasn't a slab. It was built on a crawl space, which means that you can go under the home and there's some things under the home. The inspector immediately went under there and said, this home is literally falling apart. It is not going to make it. And I was like, whoa. So as much as my buyer loved the home, I gave her the facts, and she decided to, cancel the deal. And of course, the sellers were not happy with that. And of course, I wasn't happy either. She loved this home, which is why she went under contract. But The inspection revealed that under that crawl space, like that house was literally probably going to cave in at any moment. It just wasn't a safe situation. And imagine had she skipped that step. Imagine she would be in a home. Well, I don't even know if she would be in a home. It probably would have caved in by now. And then I would have felt horrible. And then people were going to be looking at me as a realtor, like, you let me buy this home or you didn't do your due diligence. So, as your realtor, I promise to always do my due diligence and to always give you the necessary tools. Now, it is up to you to make your own decision because it is your purchase. But I can guarantee you, I will give you the information that you need. I will try to guide you in the right direction, but it is your decision. The decision is ultimately yours that you have to make. And I would definitely encourage you to get a home inspection. It will save you thousands of dollars. It will save you a headache. It will save you regret because if you get into a home and then you find out all these things are wrong with it, you can't give it back. You can't just say, here, take your house back. I don't want it anymore. There's a lot of problems. You can try to sell it, but then again, now you are required to tell everyone what's wrong with it. And so I would just encourage you to save money because we're all about saving money. We're all about making money. To hire that person to inspect your home, do not be cheap about it. There are some things that you just have to bite the bullet and spend the money on. Okay, spend the money. Spend the money on your home inspection. You won't regret it. It will save you. I promise you, it will save you money, and you will not regret it. So, how do you choose a home inspector? Talk to your realtor. See who they recommend. Talk to other people that have purchased the home and they're satisfied that have had a home inspection, and do it that way. Check the Google reviews, check their website, make sure that they're actually out there doing the work, and so that you can be satisfied. And also, if you have the time, show up to your inspection to make sure that you're getting what you pay for, or ask your realtor to show up to the inspection for you. And if that can't be done, then definitely I would recommend scheduling the inspection at a time that either you could be there or your realtor can be there. I can tell you that I personally have gone to every inspection that my clients have been under contract for when I've represented the buyer. The sellers, if you can get a pre-inspection before, so that what's wrong with the home, you can disclose it, and you can also say, "Hey, I got this fixed. Here are the receipts," and it gives you more confidence when you're selling your home. You can say, "Hey, there should not be anything that's coming up on this inspection because I'm 100% sure that I hired the right person to do a pre-inspection, and I've taken care of the things that need to be taken care of in the home." So after you hire the inspector, try to schedule the inspection on a time where you can be there. And sometimes the sellers ask to be there as well. It's not as common, but it's still their home. They have a right to be there at the inspection. So if they want to be there, that's okay. And everyone can get a clear idea of what's wrong, what's not wrong, and you can move forward. I actually had a few houses where there was nothing wrong, and I was shocked. I was honestly shocked because you're like, there's something has to be wrong, but there was nothing wrong, and those buyers are still in their home to this day, and I'm appreciative of them. They're appreciative of me, and so I just want to reiterate again: an inspection is important because it will reveal things that you probably never thought could be wrong. Because why? Of course, the house is beautiful. It's showing well. You want it. That's why you put in a contract. That's why you put in an offer and you're under contract. My apologies. So just make sure you're hiring a professional, okay? A licensed professional to come in and inspect the home for you, okay? Again, I'm going to reiterate. They should be opening and closing all the doors. They should be checking every single outlet. They should be checking washer and dryer if it's going to remain in the home. Same as the refrigerator, dishwasher. Opening and closing all the doors. If I didn't say that already, I'm saying it again. Opening and closing all of the windows, checking for cracks, checking the foundation, checking the AC, checking the roof, check in the vents, making sure that no rodents can come in your house from the outside. Okay. All of those things they should be checking, and it should be the electrical panel for sure. And it should definitely be passing inspection. If it's not passing inspection, even if it's an as-is contract, ask the sellers if they will give you some sort of seller's concession, or if they would be willing to fix the issue so that you can still move on in the home, get the insurance that you may be required to get, and everyone moves on happily to the next phase of their life. And you have saved money in the beginning. Okay. You have saved money. All right. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. I will be back tomorrow with a bail bond story. Y'all know it's Friday. I got bail bond stories on Fridays. But I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. I hope you have a great Friday. I'll see you again tomorrow on Friday for my bail bond story. And that is all I have today for Real Estate Unfiltered. I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the day in the backyard here. Hello, Mama. How are you? She said hello in the chat. I am going to just enjoy the rest of the afternoon. It's beautiful out here. It's beautiful. It's quiet. It's peaceful. My house is clean. If y'all didn't see the other video, go check it out. Your girl at my house took a bath, y'all. It was a mess. So go to the other video and check that out. The before and after pictures is amazing. So now I love it because I'm outside and it's so clean and it's so quiet. I love being home when I get to be home. But all right, guys, I know that's not why you're here. You are here for ways to save money, and I hope this helps you. I hope this blesses you, and I will see you tomorrow.